Hey breeders, it's Olivia, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create and apply checklist templates to your litters in Cat Breeder Pro. So the first thing we're going to do is navigate to templates. On the left hand side in our menu items, you can see we have this item called templates. And if I click on it, it brings me to this page. So you can see I don't have any templates yet, but that's what I'm going to show you how to do. You can click here on add a template and it'll bring up our familiar edit panel on the right hand side. So it's important to just briefly explain what templates are for. The idea is that we know when you have a litter, you have a lot of things that you have to do. Often you write them down as specific tasks and to do items. And if you've got your workflow pretty sorted out, then you tend to have the same checklists for new litters over and over again, whether it's a going home checklist or a newborn kitten checklist. And the idea with templates is that you can create a template for a specific checklist with specific items that you can then apply to new litters without having to create those individual items every single time. So let's create a new template. I'm going to say newborn kittens. So you see there's this item that says auto sort. I'm going to switch that on and I'm going to explain to you just now what that does. But for now, I'm just going to say save. And here you can see we have our first template. Let's start and add an item. So I'm going to say clean nesting box. And over here, you can see that you can say it applies to either the litter or each kitten. So something like cleaning the nesting box obviously just applies to the whole litter. If I have 5 kittens, I'm not going to do that 5 times. So I'm going to say applies to litter. And I'm going to say 0 days after birthing. You can specify either days or weeks. And it'll give it this tag that says on birthing day. So I'm going to go ahead and say save. And then you can see we have our first item. And we also have this 1 over here. So what these two, numbers refer to is how many items in your checklist you have that apply either to the litter as a whole or to individual kittens. Let's add another one. I'm going to say weigh kittens. And that is going to apply to each kitten on birthing day. Save. Okay, now we have weigh kittens, and you can see now we have one item that applies to each kitten. Let's add another one. Trim nails, let's say 1 week after birthing. That applies to each kitten. I'm going to go ahead and say save. Okay, now we can see that auto sort that I mentioned. And what that refers to is just that it's going to sort your items in chronological order based on when they have to happen. So you can see here that it's moved that item trim nails to the bottom because that's going to happen after birthing day. Okay, so let's add one more item. So now we have this checklist of 4 items. Let's go ahead and apply it to an actual litter. So I'm going to go and navigate to litters. I'm going to pick a litter. And I'm going to go to do, these 3 buttons. And I'm going to say apply checklist. So I can only select this checklist because I only have one at the moment. But this anchor date refers to the birthing date of the kittens. You can see here, it's that 17th May, but you can also manually change it. I'm going to go ahead and say apply. And there we go. Now these to-do list items are automatically just created for you. You can see here, these 2 are for the litter in general. So we can tick those as completed or not, but these are for individual kittens. So if I expand that, I can see that there is different items for each kitten. So these kittens in this particular litter is unnamed. That's why they say kitten 1, 2, and 3. But if I were to do this with another litter, say Comets cocktails, apply checklist, apply. There you can see those are the named kittens. So you can see I've just applied the same checklist to 2 litters effortlessly, very, very quickly. So you can collapse these and expand them. You can also say hide completed. So if you want to edit your checklist, you navigate back to your templates. Here is this template that we've created, and you can say edit here at the top to maybe change the name or the auto sort feature. You can also delete it here. And for individual items, you simply hover on an item and you expand it. And then you can edit everything just as if you were creating the item from scratch. You can also delete it over here. It's also important to note that when you are on your checklist for an individual letter, like this, you can also edit these items and you can delete them and they're independent from your checklist. So if I add a new item here, that has no effect on my checklist, and neither does deleting this item. Clean nesting box, that's one that we added in our checklist. And if I delete it, it will have no effect on my template because this is now independent items. The other thing that I want to mention is that something like this, trim nails, that's for each kitten. Here you can see Mojito. That cat has this item for trim nails. And if I actually go to that cat in my database and I go to events and to do, you can see that it's been added here, the way kittens and the trim nails, that has been added there. So that's really, really handy. It doesn't just apply to the litter, it applies to individual kittens as well, where applicable. And that is how you use templates and checklists in Cat Breeder Pro. I really hope that this was helpful and that it helps you to automate and fine tune your workflow. Thank you for watching. Good luck and bye.